Rachin was ice. Ruturaj Gaikwad was fire, a lot of fire. The captain, he came out all guns blazing. He went after every Mumbai bowler that was thrown at him. He went after Bolt, after Santner. Everyone that came in his way got clobbered. 6 fours and 3 sixes. Ruturaj Gaikwad loves batting at the Chepauk. 100 and about 350s, I think, last year at the Chepauk. He clearly is enjoying his role as captain of this very high-profile franchise.
Yeah, and to think who he's following in terms of the leadership to kind of keep the standards as high as they've been for such a long period of time will take a huge amount of mental pressure.
Yeah.
9 boundaries in 26 balls, so a different style of innings, but it was required. It needed that impetus of boundaries, just that oomph at the start of the innings when you're only chasing a small total. That power play is important. They just started to stumble a little bit in the power play, and then suddenly he hit 2 lovely boundaries off Trent Bolt through the offside. 2 different styles of driving. The second one was just a bit full, and you could just see him open the blade just to find the gap. And quality players, when they get an opportunity to score, they find the gap. That's what really good players can do. They have something in their mindset, in their eyes, that just sees the gap, and they can just work their blade into that position. So yeah, a different style of innings, but such an important player. His numbers over the last few years have been so important for Chennai, and when he's the leader of this group, and we're now starting to talk about him as the captain. I know we mentioned that MS behind the stumps, kind of manoeuvring the troops, but we do see him now as the captain, which is I guess a great credit to the way that he's gone about his business.
These are not small boundaries. It takes ability and guts to play those shots, because 156 could have been a tricky total had he not succeeded in playing those shots well.
Yeah, no, and they lose Tripathi early at the top. He's normally sort of, you think about Ruturaj as an opening batter. So 3's not a bad spot for him. If Tripathi's job is to go and play shots, if he gets away with it, great. Ruturaj can come in with a score on the board. If he doesn't, then Ruturaj is an opener anyway. So he can come in and get through that power play. But I mean, you know, we know the talent in India. I'm not sure that, as far as right-handers are concerned, many at the top of the order in India hit the ball better through the offside.
Oh, are we talking? Does he get in the second team or the third team?
Well, I think he opens in our second team.
Second team's in.
There is a T20 World Cup coming up at home in India.
We're going to do this one night. We're going to go through.
We're going to pick you 3 Indian sides.
3 Indian teams one night.
White ball teams.
Let's do a special video on
Cricbuzz. We'll have to do
with
that.
Michael Vaughan and Simon Doull talking about the 3 teams that India can put on the field. But it's important for Gaikwad because there is such a crowd of top-order Indian batters vying for that spot in the Indian team. If he has a 600-run IPL, it'll be tough to ignore.
Yeah, there's so many that didn't play in the Champions Trophy. I mean, Sky didn't play, Jaiswal didn't play, Samson. You know, you're looking at a group of players. You put Ruturaj in there as well. There's many others that are obviously not in the.
Abhijit Sharma is there.
You kind of look at. My advice to all those that aren't in the, don't even think about it. The only thing you can think about is just performing for your franchise. Do as well as you possibly can. Ishan Kishan's got off to a flying start, got 3 figures. That innings will be talked about for a number of weeks. Ruturaj has had a great start. His team have won. He's captain well. He's got a nice 50 off 26 balls. And that's all you can do. And I guess all the selectors, they'll be saying to all the players, try and make our life as hard as possible. Try and make sure that by the time we're coming to the selection, we're not picking from 24 players. If we have to pick 15 out of 36 players, 40 players, because that group's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, that's better for the selectors.